If you're a football player that has problems with self-doubt and that has problems with overthinking and has a habit of just getting in your own way, then this video is for you. I used to be that same person, and first thing I want you to know is that you're not all alone. You're not the only one that thinks everything is just so jumbled up in your head and you don't know what to do and you're just so confused, and you're not the only one that has been discouraged and that has faced adversity. Okay? And if that is something that you deal with, then this video is for you. And I mean, a quick story about me whenever I realized that this was a problem was I was going against this team in high school. It was my junior year. My team was undefeated, they were undefeated. And they had a bunch of D1 guys. I had a bunch of D1 guys on my team. Going into that game, they had 2 lockdown corners. So if I got off one, I had to go against the other. And I was scared, man. I was scared to go against them. I don't know why, but I'm scared and I'm about to go against some good corners and they're about to guard me, and I don't know if I can get off the line or if I can get open against them. And when the game comes, I was already like hesitating. I wasn't going full speed. I was letting them beat me. And it was just terrible. And then we were punting the ball during the game. And one of the corners is guarding the gunner, and I'm the gunner. My punter punts the ball to my sideline, and the corner is holding me, blocking me, so his dude can catch the punt returner, run. But I'm playing so scared that the punt returner muffs the punt, and I had stopped running my feet. I had stopped trying to get off the block because I thought he was gonna catch it and just run the other way. But now he muffed a punt, so if I kept running, I could have grabbed a fumble and got it back for my team. But instead, I wasn't running my feet, and the corner that was blocking me, he had almost threw me on the ground, right in front of my team's cheerleaders, the cheerleaders I go to school with. Bro, I was getting embarrassed in front of my cheerleaders. You know how bad that is? That's the moment I realized that I needed to change something. I knew that my headspace wasn't right, and I knew that was the problem, because it's my junior year and I'm the most athletic I've ever been. I was 6'2", about 185. I ran a 4.5 40. I was explosive. I had good hands. I had good route running. I had worked the hardest I've ever did, because the year before they put somebody on varsity that I didn't believe he was supposed to be on varsity in front of me. So I went so hard. I went so hard. And then when the time comes for me to perform, I'm doubting myself. I'm thinking I'm not good enough, that I'm gonna get locked up. And truth be told, that's exactly what happened, because that's exactly what I told myself. It wasn't the physical attributes. I was always bigger. I was always stronger. I was always faster than other people. And I'm a natural good catcher. Natural. But once I started thinking, that's when I start doing terrible. And today I'm about to just show y'all how we can get rid of that, and how I got rid of that, and how I'm living good now. My mindset is good. I'm peaceful. And I switched my mind into the right way you need to think in order to be successful on the field and really just be at peace in life. Okay? First thing we got to do is recognize what self-doubt is. It's that voice in your head that questions your abilities, your decisions, your potential. It's like a shadow that follows you onto the field. Like, it's saying things that, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not as good as these guys? Or, I don't think I belong here. These guys are way better than me. But here's the thing about self-doubt. It's not just a feeling, it's a mental habit that can affect everything you do on and off the field. Self-doubt can make you play it safe when you're not supposed to. It'll make you play it safe instead of the risk you're supposed to take, instead of you taking risks. And you taking risks, that can lead to big plays on the football field, big plays off the football field, if you know what I mean. The thing about self-doubt is, right now it's your opponent. Right now it's something that is against you, but it's a thought pattern, okay? And like any thought pattern in the world, you can change it and you can adjust it, okay? It might feel like your opponent, but I'm gonna show you how to turn it into your ally. Because once you recognize it and overcome it, you'll unlock a level of performance you never thought you knew you had, okay? The first thing you have to realize is there's nobody in the world that can do the inner work for you. No person in the world can see the potential in you, your vision that you have. No person in the world can create that for you, and no person in the world will do that for you. You got to do it for yourself. You got to find it right here. You got to find it right here to do it for yourself. 8 billion people can believe in you, but if you don't believe in you, there's no point. Like, really, there's no point. You're not going to be successful if you don't believe in you. That's how strong your mind is. Your one mind is stronger than 8 billion people put together. You got to know that your strength comes from within, not from your squat max, not from your bench press, from right here and right here. This is where your strength comes, not from right here, not from right here, but right here and right here, okay? Life is a journey of self-mastery, and battling self-doubt is ongoing battle. But I'm telling you, the more work you put in over a consistent period of time, the more you can weaken that voice. And these things I'm about to tell you about right now are exactly what you need to do. And you need to first change the way you talk to yourself. No more complaining, no more excuses. If it's not positive, cut it out. If it's not positive, don't even say it. The only thing that comes out of your mouth is positive things, okay? And a good way to really rework your mind on this is writing down what you want out of life. Writing down your goals, your long-term, your short-term, your football goals, or your goals outside of football. Write it down. Write it down and say those things every day. And whenever you meditate, whenever you visualize you accomplishing that goals in this moment right now. Visualize it. Feel the emotion behind it. And I guarantee you, in a couple months, you'll start thinking differently. Because I know that the person that you want to be is not doubting yourself, is not overthinking yourself. So you got to become the person you want to be. And that you can do that by just writing your long-term goals down. What house do you want to live in? Okay? I mean, how many stats you want? But write it down as if you already have it. I have this big house, this big mansion in LA. I can travel the world. I travel to different countries. Okay? I have $20 million. Find all of those things that you want, and the method will come to you to find it, and that'll rework your mind. You won't have time to pay attention to worrying and doubting. Okay, you won't have time for it. And then another thing you have to do is focus on growth, on you growing, not comparing yourself to others. Your life story is completely different from the other person's life story. Completely different. Don't compare yourself. You don't have the same genes. You don't have the same experiences as them. You don't. And those two things are very big differences. A thing I like to tell myself every morning when I wake up: no stress, just focus on progress. How can you get better today? How can you get better in this moment right now? That's what you need to be focusing on. Okay, put your focus on that. And then embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. See how I just told you a story how I was getting locked up? That was the first thing I did is I embraced it as a learning opportunity. I didn't quit. I wanted to quit. And I thought that was gonna be my last year playing football because I felt like I didn't have the love for the game. But I learned from it. And now I'm teaching you what I learned from it. Embrace these mistakes as learning opportunities. Embrace it. Have fun. Have fun with it. Whenever you mess up, you'll get to a point when you start messing up, you start smiling because you already know how you messed up, and like it'll become funny to you. Let the world be fun. We only got one life. We only got one life. Why do we want to stress? Why do we want to quit? Why? Let's go out and let's learn. Because the best thing we can always do every day is learn. We can always learn. Maybe whenever we're done playing sports, we still got to learn some other stuff to do. So always learn and embrace everything as learning. I think Abraham Lincoln was said, I can learn something from anybody, even though it might be what not to do. I think it's a quote, something like that, but always learn. And then another thing is knowing the importance of this present moment, that you can only control what you have right now. You can't control 5 minutes ago. You can't control 5 minutes from now. You got to know the importance of this moment. What can you do this moment? What can you do this moment to be the best athlete you can possibly be? And I'm telling you, there's ways to get better as an athlete when you're not practicing or training on the field or in the weight room. There's still things that you can do off the field to get better on the field. Okay, so you can always get better. There's always some little things that you can get a little edge on. Okay. And I got some courses on the way that can teach you all of these things. And if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, link in bio. I'm still working on some, and I got some out. Okay, but the last thing I wanted to tell y'all, I touched on it earlier, but is to visualize. All of these things I just talked about, visualize yourself as the man you've always wanted to be, the athlete you've always wanted to be, making all these cold plays, making everybody miss, running over dudes, snagging on people, whatever it is, jumping over people, scoring touchdowns. Visualize, let your mind run free and visualize everything that happens. Let it come into play. Visualize it, and the secret is feeling the emotion behind it. Okay? Feel it. Feel the emotion, because that's what will trick your subconscious, is when you feel something. And whenever you're feeling something that you want and you feel it as if you already have it, you attract what you are. Okay? It's only a matter of time till it comes. Okay, after I learned these techniques, my performance skyrocketed from my junior to my senior year. My junior year was so bad. It was my worst year of football. And then my senior year was my best year of football. It was like this to this. It was such a big difference. Such a big difference. And my physical attributes, they were really, they were worse than they were my junior year, my senior year. My senior year, I ran like a 4.6 or 4.7 40, and I was like 10 pounds heavier, but it was muscle. But that whole off season, I just focused on my mind. I wanted to clear my mind, and I didn't want anything to worry. I didn't want to worry about anything. I didn't want to doubt myself. That's the only thing I focused on. And I got worse. I still have my hands. My hands never went away, but I ran slower, but I improved my IQ of football, and I improved my consciousness and how to let it go. Okay. And if you want to learn more about this, I got a course on how to reprogram your mindset and how to be a high performer at whatever you are, at whatever level you're playing football at, and how to develop killer mindset. Even if you weren't born with it, you can still develop it, and I can show you how to develop it. I have a course. It's affordable. It's only $27. Go ahead and check that out. Okay. But I had a great time making this video because this was a huge turning point in my life. And we talked about what self-doubt is, how it can hold you back, and most importantly, how you can overcome it. But here's the thing, knowledge without action is just information. So I want to challenge you to put these techniques into practice. Practice it. If you can only start small, then start small. Pick one of these things, and maybe it's the positive self-talk or the visualization, but commit to it. Commit to it, and it'll become a normal thing in your life. Okay? And remember, the journey isn't just about becoming a better football player. It's about becoming a stronger, more confident person in every area of our life, really. The skills you're developing on the field will serve you beyond the field. In school, in your future career, in your relationships, everything, okay? Every single one of you has greatness. Whoever's watching this, you got greatness inside of you, but you got to pull it out of you. You got to pull it out of yourself, okay? So next time you step on that field and you feel doubt creeping in, I just want you to remember this moment. Remember that you have the tools to overcome it. That you're stronger than any doubt or fear. Okay, and that you're a part of a community here at Iron Receivers. You're a part of this community that are all working on how to become their better selves on the field, okay? You're a part of this community, and you're working towards it, and you're putting the actions towards becoming the best athlete you can possibly be, okay?